Well, good evening here on PrepSpotlight.tv as we are at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, home of the Hawks, with the visiting Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars coming here. And we're just about to get underway with the kickoff. The Hawks will be kicking off too. The Jaguars here to start this one. Hawks have a record of 2-2 on the season, with a win over Waconia and a win over St. Louis Park, and falling to Orono and Academy of the Holy Angels. As for the Jaguars, they are 1-3, and boom, kickoff is underway, and it's going down the left sideline, out of bounds, and a flag will come in, and Bloomington Jefferson will get the ball on the 40-yard line here to start this game off. And for the visiting Jaguars, they have a record of 1-3. They fell to Chanhassen 28-49, lost to Waconia 11-19, lost to Benedict St. Margaret's 23-25, and got their only win of the season and shut out Apple Valley at 17-0 on the season. So coming here tonight, it is a big game as both teams only have one game remaining after this on Wednesday, November 11th, as the Jaguars have Carter Hansen under center here to start off this game. Quarterback, he has 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. Takes the snap, hands it out to his running back up the middle, and is swallowed by the Hawks right there, the Hawks defense, as he's able to get maybe a gain of 1 on the first carry of the game. And running with that one was Roosevelt Cage, who has 413 yards on the season, 2 touchdowns, and 0 fumbles. And they're hoping to get off on a hot start here tonight, as they've been doing all season long. Hansen takes a snap, passes it out left side. Good catch there by the wide receiver. And that was going to be Seth Kako for the first catch of the game, and he looks like he lost one there on the reception, and it'll be 3rd and long situation here for the opening drive for the Jaguars of Bloomington Jefferson. And we got Roosevelt Cage there trying to get his shoes all cleaned out for this play, as Hansen rolls out right side, has the pass, has a man, and that's just going to be a bad drop there by Colby Jorstrom, a guy who's got 2 touchdowns on the season, 188 yards. That's not his typical type of route and drop there, and that was just unfortunate as the punt unit comes on here for Bloomington Jefferson. And for the Hawks, going back deep is Borden Khalil, waiting on this punt. And the snap. Punt is low, hoping to get a Jaguars roll, as it is touched about at the 39-yard line. And that's where Joseph Russell and the Hawks will come out to the field and try to put some points up on the board for their first possession here of this game here this evening. And on the season, Joseph Russell, he's got a 61.5 completion percentage, 744 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions on the season. And for rushing, they got Camden Royal, who's got 283 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 fumbles. As Russell's back in the shotgun, takes a snap on the quarterback option, hands it off to Camden Royal, as he's able to get about 5-6 yards on the first carry of the game. And tonight's game, it's all about finding that consistency there, as Bloomington Jefferson was able to get 1 pass completed, even though it's short. Sometimes that gives your quarterback exactly what he needs, and the defense for the Hawks was able to force a 3 and out, and they're coming up here trying to get some yards. Same exact play, rushes to the outside, finds an opening going down the sideline, 20, 10, 5, and end zone touchdown, Hawks. Camden Royal with a huge run of the night. Second play, quarterback option, hands it off to Camden Royal, and he's got his 5th touchdown of the season here this evening. And now coming up is the point after attempt, as we got a 6-0 game here in favor of the home Hawks. And all it took was 2 plays there. Find themselves in the end zone. And hustling on late here for the Hawks is going to be Collier Germain. And he was sent back to the sideline. Snap is good, and the kick is up, end over end. Good, and we got a 7-0 game here, home of the Hawks at Robbinsdale Cooper, and we'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back here on this beautiful Friday night. We do got a 7-0 game in favor of Robbinsdale Cooper, as they took an early 7-0 lead. On the second play of their first drive, they ran the quarterback option twice, and we had a quarterback handing it off to his running back, and Russell handing it to Camden Royal for the touchdown. And the kick once again will go down the left side as it goes out of bounds. The Jaguars will get the ball at the 40-yard line with some good field present. And they're hoping for something better than a 3-and-out here on this drive to come back and at least put some points on the board here. As Carter Hansen and company trots back onto the field. Setting up in shotgun formation here. He's got 2 wide receivers here to the right. And 1 on the top of the screen, and there's going to be a flag that is thrown. And it looks like the defense jumped offsides, as it will be shortened to a 1st and 5 here to ease it up for the Jaguars. Carter Hansen goes under center. Takes the snap, hands it off right side. And Roosevelt Cage was able to get 4 yards on that carry. And it's going to be a 2nd and short coming up here. And this is where the Jaguars their first drive, they were looking good. Just 1 drop pass that forced them to punt here. And they're hoping to get the ball in the air, mix it up with some running plays here, and try to keep the Hawks defense off. And a run up the middle. He's able to pick up the 1st down there as Roosevelt Cage. But a good tackle there by the Hawks coming in there. Very good team defense. You got 8 guys in the box there, and middle linebackers were able to come up after the D-line was able to get a hand on Cage and stop him for a moment. Was able to pick up the 1st down, and we got 1st and 10 here as Carter Hansen goes under center. Takes a snap, and he hands it out to his running back. He's able to get 3 on the carry. And Roosevelt Cage has 75 rushing attempts on the season. He's got 5.5 yards per carry and 103.2 yards per game. So expect to see a lot from him here this evening, as the Jaguars do like to run the ball, but they do like to keep it in the air as well. Shotgun, and it's going to be handoff again up the middle. And the refs are going to say that Cage was down. He did lose the ball, but they're going to say he got an elbow down on the diving tackle there by the Hawks defense. And we got a 3rd and 3. Hawks defense hoping to come up with something here and get the ball back. But Bloomington Jefferson has other hopes there as Carter Hansen under center. Looks right, hands it off, and he'll get swallowed up by the Hawks defense, and that's going to force a tough decision here for the coach. Do you want to punt it just past midfield, or do you want to keep going forward and try to keep your drive alive? And it looks like they're going for it. They got 3 yards to go. We'll see if Hansen will go hard count here. Takes the snap, and he'll just punt this one on in. As it's caught and retrieved, trying to bring it upfield. Working right side, has some green in front of him. And before he is tackled there by the running back, Roosevelt Cage. And that was a smart play there by the Hawks, able to come up with the punt. Wasn't expecting it, but the punt wasn't too far. And they're going to get pretty much the same field possession that they would have had if the Jaguars would have went for it and unsuccessfully got the first down. But regardless, Joseph Russell will head his way back onto the field as he takes a snap, looks left, fires left, has a wide receiver as he's able to keep on turning those feet as he's able to get a gain of about 22 there. And for the Hawks, on the reception there was David Connors. And we got our first timeout here of the game at Bloomington Jefferson, and we'll be back in just a moment on PrepSpotlight.tv. You do not want to miss anything.
First and 10 Hawks from the 36.
And back here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, we got a first and 10 from the 35-yard line. Takes the snap, hands it out to his running back, going right side, makes a man miss. Keep turning those feet as he's able to just about get the first down. It'll be close. And the refs are going to signal the Lions crew and move them for a first down. And that was a good run there by Camden Royal as he's able to get another first down. And we do got an injury on the field, and we'll step aside for just a moment, and we'll be back with first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. And we're back, takes a snap, looks left, fires left, has a wide receiver, trips to the ground as the pass was just behind him. Joseph Russell had a good read, but just a little bit too far out of the reach there of David Connors as he had a great route, and there is a flag on the play. And it will be against defense in the Jaguars, as this will give Robbinsdale Cooper another first down as they enter the red zone for the first time here tonight. As Joseph Russell got the sign from the sidelines and heads back out there as he's going under center. Takes the snap. Hands it out to his running back, swallowed there by the Jaguars defense, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there. And coming in to run there was Terrence Matthews. He's the second option running back here for the Hawks, as he's got 26 attempts, 145 yards on the season, and 2 touchdowns. Joseph Russell, 2 wide receivers close side of the field, 1 top of the screen. Looks left side, rolls out right, trying to see if he finds an opening, and he'll just keep it and try to run with it. Yes, he does, and he gets a couple of yards back. And it still will be a 3rd and long situation here in the red zone. Seeing if the Hawks will go for it if they miss this 3rd down attempt, or if they're going to play conservatively and just try to get a couple yards here on 3rd and long. Russell on the season does have touchdowns to 4 different wide receivers on the season. 3 of them got 2, and 1 of them has 1. So all of these receivers out on the field can catch the ball. They all got over 100 yards. As the snap is good, empty backfield, looks left, has a receiver caught. Touchdown, Hawks. And that's going to be Dante Williams. And that will be his 2nd touchdown of the season. As for Joseph Russell, first touchdown in the air here tonight as they go up 13-0 on Bloomington Jefferson Hawks. Snap, and the kick is up and over and good. As we got a 2-possession lead here. $14-0 at Robbinsdale Cooper. We will be back in just a moment for the kickoff at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. And we got the kickoff just about underway here. And the kick, boom, left side in the air as it's caught by the up back as he's trying to bring the ball towards the middle of the field. Has some green in front of him and is tackled at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars and Carter Hansen and company will come back onto the field. Returned there by Isaac Fratag. And so far here on the night, Jaguars are still in hopes trying to get their offense moving. On their 2nd drive, they were able to move it a little bit down the field, then decided to punt on a 4th and short. And last drive mainly kept the ball on the ground. We'll see if we see Carter Hansen throwing it a bit more here on this drive, as he's got 2 wide receivers near side, 1 top of your screen. Sends a man in motion, hands it off to his running back, makes a cut going left side, and is tackled after gaining about 6 yards there on that carry, bringing up a 2nd and 4. And Roosevelt Cage still with a heavy workload here to start off this game. And we got just about 14 minutes here remaining in the first quarter. And the snap is good. Hands it off left side, going upfield, has some green, and gets tackled and pushed out of bounds about at the 50-yard line. That will move the chains here for the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. And that's just what they needed to get a couple plays under their belt, start moving this ball and keeping the Hawks defense on the field. As they hustle up to the line, hand it off again left side. And is tackled right at the line of scrimmage is Roosevelt Cage. That'll bring up a 2nd and 9 situation. And still yet to see Carter Hansen throw the ball on this drive. But Roosevelt Cage has been doing his good job working it to the left, working it to the right, making people miss. Hansen in the shotgun, hands it off once again up the middle, has some green room, blockers in front of him, and he's tackled there at the 31-yard line, and that'll be another 1st down for the Jaguars. And Roosevelt Cage is definitely getting his work in here tonight early in the first quarter. We'll see if the Hawks are going to bring up their linebackers, maybe have that spy in the backfield to shadow Roosevelt Cage. Hansen takes the snap, hands it off once again up the middle, and tackled at the line of scrimmage there is Cage. As the Hawks defense smelt that one out. And we're going to have 2nd and 11 as Cage lost 1 yard on the carry. Carter Hansen under center. Takes the snap. Tries to roll out. Passes it, and it's picked off there by the Hawks. Running up the field. And no one's going to beat him at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Hawks. And in for the Hawks with the pick and score is Dante Williams, as he has his second touchdown on the night, one on offense, one on defense here for the Hawks. And this is exactly what they had written up in the playbooks for this evening's game. $20-0 here in favor of the home team, Robbinsdale Cooper, pending the point after attempt. Snap and the kick, and it's good. We got a 21-0 game here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, and we'll be back in just a moment on PrepSpotlight.tv. And welcome back to home of the Hawks as they take an early 21-0 lead here in the first quarter. As we got 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the first, the Hawks will kick off once again. Lining up to kick, and boom! Back to the up back cut, trying to bring the ball up the middle, has some room, and he will get tackled about at the 27-yard line, and that's where Carter Hansen will come back onto the field. And the Jaguars in hope of moving this ball downfield, trying to find that rhythm, which they did have last drive, thanks to Roosevelt Cage running the ball. And Carter Hansen just needs to find his rhythm here tonight. Second pass of the day was a drop first down pass, and maybe a little tentative after that, but we'll see if he'll drop back and look to pass here early on this drive. Hansen takes the snap, passes it right, and another drop here. That's the second of the game for Colby Jorschkum. And that's just not what you want to see. You're got a good route, quick throw, able to get some yards, and just right through his hands as he's trotting off the field, and Austin Trupp is onto the field for him. As we got Hansen under center. Hands it off left side, and the Hawks defense is there to keep him from getting anything. And that will bring down a 3rd and long situation for the Jaguars. And we'll see if they're going to go in the air or if they're going to keep it conservative here on this play. And the snap, rolling out near side pass, is caught trying to move the ball upfield. It's tackled just a bit shy of the first down, and it will bring about a 4th down and 3 opportunity as the punt unit comes onto the field for the Jaguars. And for the Hawks, there's nothing really much more you could have wanted after a couple of touchdowns on the board. Your defense coming out there playing very well. Is able to read the run, and thanks to a couple drop passes by the Jaguars, they're able to get another 3 and out. And we'll see what happens here on this play. And the snap is up. Punt is up. Returner backing up, catches it, tries to move left side, makes a couple guys miss, and he'll be swallowed up, and he gets to the 44-yard line. And the Hawks all night have had great field possession, as Joseph Russell and company will head back onto the field and hope to have their 4th touchdown. And we're still only in the first quarter here. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. You got two wide receivers, top of the screen, a running back, and a tight end. Takes the snap, looks to hand it off, passes it upfield. Got a couple blockers in front of him, trying to make a man miss, and is tackled there at the 33-yard line. And the Hawks, once again, moving the ball downfield very well. And coming up with the catch on that one is Dante Williams. Joseph Russell takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off left side, trying to find a hole, and does, moving it upfield, makes a couple guys miss, trying to find the edge, and does so before he's pushed out of bounds there. And pushing him out is Brock Edwards. It will be a first down, approaching the red zone here, sitting at about the 23-yard line. And everything is looking the Hawks' way here this evening, as they're already up 21-0 in the first quarter with 1.9 seconds remaining. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, has a receiver, throws it low as he was trying to get to Jackson Howard. And that will be incomplete. And the end of the first quarter here at Robbinsdale Cooper, home of the Hawks. And we'll be back with the second quarter. And the Hawks coming in, trying to score and make this a 4-possession game. We'll be right back on PrepSpotlight.tv. And we're just about to begin the second quarter here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, home of the Hawks, as they have an early lead, 21-0 in the first quarter here, and threatening to score again just outside the red zone, sitting at the 23-yard line. And that's all thanks to Joseph Russell, Camden Royal, and Dante Williams, who plays both wide receiver and cornerback, who had a pick six. And the Jaguars defense could really use some help here in trying to stop this Hawks offensive power. Russell takes the snap, tries to get out of his sack, and he will be thrown down, but there is a flag on the play, and it looks like a horse collar tackle on throwing Russell down. Good job by the Jags defense to be able to get there in time, but just an unfortunate tackle as the hand slipped in the collar of Russell, and that will be another given first down here, pending the flag. The refs are still talking about this, saying where they're going to place the football here. And it looks to be they're going to set the football at the 12-yard line. Second time in the red zone here on two consecutive drives for the Hawks, as they got another first down. Russell in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks right, rolls out right. Defense coming as he loses the ball out of his hands, goes right back to him, and he'll just run out of bounds at the 22-yard line, as that will be a loss of 10 yards, but the Hawks are just thankful that that ball by Russell was not picked up by the Jaguars, and they still got a chance of threatening and trying to put some more points up on the board here in this first half. And coming onto the field is Jackson Howard. Coming off is Avon Hayes. And breaking the huddle, as it looks like Joseph Russell will go under center once again. Two receivers, near side, one top of the screen. Fakes the run and passes it off. Has a receiver as he's caught at the 8-yard line before he's tackled there, and that will be Jackson Howard, tight end, who just came into the game. And they're going to force about a 3rd and 6. There's still a chance to get a first down if they are tackled in play at the 1-yard line. But other than that, that's the only yard they got to get that first down in between first down and touchdown for the Hawks. Huge defensive play upcoming for the Jaguars defense, hoping to keep the Hawks out of the end zone for the first time here tonight and get their offense back on the field. As Russell's in shotgun formation. Wasn't sure what play was called, and we're going to get a timeout. Hawks, and we'll be back with a 3rd down and 6 upcoming here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back, and we got a 3rd down and 6 upcoming here for the Hawks. And it looks like we have the Wildcat taking the snap and running with it. Tackled a little bit short there is going to be Terrence Matthews, as he had running backs to his right and himself out of the Wildcat. They were able to pick up a couple yards as it's 4th and 3. And it seems to be like the Hawks are going for it just after having a Wildcat play, leaving it in the hands of Joseph Russell and running back Camden Royal to come up there and pick up that first down, or hopefully even more here. And it looks like the Wildcat once again here for the Hawks. Direct snap, fumbled on the ground, running left side. And he will be tackled short as he's running back, and back is tackled at the 19-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars offense will come back onto the field, and that's the stop that they needed here in this first half. As it's their first stop of the day, we got 9:53 remaining here in the first half at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. And Carter Hansen coming back onto the field. He's in hope of finding a little bit more rhythm out there. Roosevelt Cage has been doing a good job, but he needs his quarterback Hansen to pick him up a little bit, as well as wide receiver Colby Jorshcom, as he's got a couple crucial drops. Snap, run to the right side, has some green, trucks a guy over at the 25-yard line, and out of bounds there is Roosevelt Cage. And he's just a heavy runner. Like I said earlier, averages 103 yards per game, and they're going to need a game like that out of him here tonight. As Hansen under center finds Cage, tries to make a man miss on a spin move as he's tackled for a gain of 3 and first down. Move the chains. As the Jaguars are trying to keep that rhythm, keep their offense on the field. Takes a snap, hands it off right side, hurdles a guy, and is tackled for a gain of 7 or 8 on the play. And like we've been saying all night, Roosevelt Cage is the playmaker here on this Jaguars football team, as he's trying to do everything in his power to come back in this one, as this game is in no way close to being over. Just 3 scores, and that's very doable for the Jaguars in their offense. As Hansen's under center. Hands it off once again up the middle. And able to get about 6 yards there. Once again for the Jaguars. And get another first down. And You just got to keep giving the ball to Roosevelt Cage. As long as he's moving the ball downfield, that definitely opens up some throws for Carter Hansen as he hands it off again, and that's going to be about a gain of 1 to 2 yards. Bringing up a 2nd and 8. And I like how they're running the ball as they got trips left. Might open up a quick little screen pass, bubble pass, or even try a deep shot here as you got 8 guys in the box for the Hawks defense. Under center, takes a snap, looks left side, has a wide receiver open at midfield, and another first down and a gain of 11 on the play. As that's Austin Korup with another first down. Jaguars threatening as they're past midfield. Once again got trips left. And Hansen looking over to the sidelines, trying to get a audible from his coaches, and he does. Under center. Takes the snap. As they try to run it right, bouncing outside, trying to get there is Cage before he's tackled. He'll gain at least 3. And as long as you're getting positive yardage on your first and second down, that's exactly what you want and what you need here being the Jaguars. As you need to help out your defense and put some points up on the board so they can go in and get the ball right back for you. Snap, handoff right up the gut. Makes a couple of people miss his Cage before he's brought down by the linebackers for the Hawks. And it will be a 3rd down and short situation. And there's going to be a whistle blown before. And that will be a timeout in favor of the Hawks. And we'll be back in just a moment with 3rd and short at Robbinsdale Cooper High School on PrepSpotlight.tv. And welcome back to Robbinsdale Cooper High School, where we got Bloomington Jefferson threatening. Yes, they got a 3rd and short here. And Carter Hansen's going to go under center. And the defense jumps with the hard count. That's just a good play there by the Jaguars, able to get that first down. And now you got a first down. Get past that stressful 3rd and short. And the Jaguars are still moving down the field as they're at the 29-yard line. Hansen under center. And he hands it out to Cage up the middle. He's able to make a couple people miss, bouncing off of him as he's able to gain 9 yards on the first down carry. And he was making the Hawks defense look like pinball machine out there. Yes, he's been getting a lot of the attention here so far tonight. As he's a big, strong runner. North and south as they continue with the trips. As he hands it off right side, Cage trying to find the corner before he's tackled. It will be a first down. And first time in the red zone here for Bloomington Jefferson as they're moving the ball down the field thanks to Roosevelt Cage, as he's been doing a great job at that. And so far down this drive, we've seen a lot of trips left with Roosevelt Cage in the backfield. As we got 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. 21-0 ball game in favor of the home Hawks against the visiting Jaguars. Jaguars threatening here. Under center once again. Hansen takes a snap, hands it off right side. As Cage is brought down after a gain of about 3. And this is, if you're the Hawks defense, you got to be thinking run all the way, as they've been doing that to get all the way down the field. You got to make Carter Hansen throw the ball. And we'll see if they continue to keep 8 guys in the box. And we'll see what Hansen's going to do. And he hands it off once again up the middle, is able to get a couple there. bringing up about a 3rd and 5 situation here for the Jaguars. And we'll see if it will be to Cage once again or if Hanson's going to take it in his hands. As we got a little different formation, 2 wide receivers near side. We got an island receiver far side. High snap. Hands it off, trying to pass it, and he's tackled there for the Jags. That will be Seth Kakao. As the Hawks defense just sniffed that one out. And we got a 4th and 15 situation here. Hawks needing to put some points on the board. And it looks like they're going to keep their offense here on this 4th and long. This is where Hanson's got to trust his arm, trust his receivers.
4th down, 14 Jaguars on the 15.
Snap, looks left, rolls left. And he throws it deep side, has a receiver. And they're going to say his feet were just out of bounds. As that was a great spot. Looking, trying to catch that one there. And that will be a turnover on the Jaguars after an unfortunate 3rd down and a ball caught at the back of the end zone, trying to get his tippy toes in, and it looks like he was able to catch the white paint and wasn't able to get in. And the Hawks will come back onto the field. And for the Jaguars, this is where you're going to need a quick 3 and out here. Try to get on the board here in the 2nd quarter before halftime and stop the Hawks from scoring. As snap is good, runner going right side and tackled after he gets 5 yards there. And that was Camden Royal on the carry, as he's been getting majority of the workload, but also coming in as Terrence Matthews, like we saw on the Wildcat formation down towards the end zone on their last drive. Splitting wide receivers out, 2 top of your screen, 2 near side, 1 running back. Taking the snap, and he'll keep it there. And that's going to be Josh Metzger. Or excuse me, that's Xavier Harris for the Hawks. And it's interesting to see Joseph Russell not out there. And handoff to the left side, trying to make a couple guys miss is Camden. As he's running left side, trying to make some guys miss, gets about midfield, trying to work his way back right side, and runs back and gets to the 45-yard line after he's about at the 50-yard line, moved back. But that was a great carry there by Camden Royal, as he was trying to make that look like a crazy punt return or kick return. There he was still able to pick up a big 1st down for the Hawks and keep the ball moving, as well as the chains with it. And in at quarterback is sophomore Jamarius Courtney. Takes a snap. And they're going to call a false start on the play, which will back them up 5 more yards here. And I'm interested to see if anything happened to Joseph Russell or if Jamarius Courtney is just coming in to see how he does on this drive. If he's able to keep moving the ball. We do got a minute 50 remaining here in the 1st half. Yeah, Robbinsdale Cooper High School with a 21-0 2-0 lead over Bloomington Jefferson. And the Hawks were able to get a fortunate stop on the Jags just a minute ago, and they're working the ball downfield as they got a 1st and 15. As Jamarius Courtney takes a snap, looks to hand it off, has his wide receiver, and it's picked off on the left side. 30, 20, 10, 5, and tackled at the 4-yard line. As that was a great interception there for the Jaguars, exactly what they needed, and that was Isaac Freitag, senior wide receiver who also plays defense there, was able to come up with a good pick, and the quarterback, Jamarius Courtney, was able to track him down and tackle him at the 4-yard line. And that's exactly what the Jaguars needed against the 2nd-string quarterback for the Hawks, as they got just over a minute remaining here in this first half at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. As Hanson and company comes back onto the field in hopes of finding the end zone. And if I was a betting man, I'd say Roosevelt Cage would be getting a couple carries here. Takes the snap, hands off to running back there. And that was Aiden Bertrand on the carry. As he had Roosevelt Cage in there at fullback and had Bertrand behind him. As they have the same formation, running the ISO. As he hands it off once again to Bertrand. And Cage wasn't able to secure his block or the offensive lineman, as the D-ends and linebackers for the Hawks were able to get through there and force a big 3rd down here. Yes, the Jaguars called a timeout here, as we got 26 seconds remaining here in the first half, and we'll be back in just a minute on PrepSpotlight.tv. And welcome back, where we got a 3rd and goal situation here for Bloomington Jefferson and the Jaguars, as they got 3rd and 6, 3rd and goal here with 26 seconds remaining. As Hanson's got both running back to his left and right, rolls out left, looks for a wide receiver. His wide receiver gets knocked down. No flag on the play, and that will bring up a 4th down here for the Jaguars. As we got 21 seconds remaining here in the first half. And this will be decision time. If they're going to go for this one or try to put 3 points up on the board, and it looks like the offense is going to stay on out there. And surprised to see Roosevelt Cage not get a carry here as they get down to the 4. Same formation. Hanson takes the snap, looks for a receiver, cut. Touchdown, Jaguars! And that's just great trust in quarterback Carter Hanson, as he's able to throw that one out there, finding his receiver. And catching that one into the end zone there was Sam Wanzek. And the point after attempt is onto the field. Snap, kick up, end over end, and good. As there is a flag on the point after attempt, the kicker did seem to get tackled there, as that will go on the kick as we got 16.9 seconds remaining. But we'll be back here in just a moment to finish off this first half at Robbinsdale Cooper High School on PrepSpotlight.tv. And welcome back to Robbinsdale Cooper High School. We got a 21-7 game, as Bloomington Jefferson was able to take advantage of the interception off backup quarterback for the home Hawks and Jamarius Courtney. brought it all the way down to the 4. Yes, Jaguars were able to get a touchdown. And 16.9 seconds in the kick. Boom! Down left side and through the end zone. And that will give them the ball at the 25-yard line. And let's see if the Hawks are just going to jog on out there to take a knee, or if they're going to try to take another pass downfield or just run it. As it's all up in the air as the Hawks are only up by 14 here. But we should only have time for a couple plays with 16.9 seconds remaining. As the ball's at the 20-yard line. And we got the Wildcat back out there. So it doesn't seem like there'll be a pass play, but you never know. Taking the snap and running left side with it. And out of bounds there is Camden Royal, as there's 10.9 seconds remaining. And we'll see if they'll stick with the Wildcat out here on offense, or if either quarterback for the Hawks will come back out there, Joseph Russell or Jamarius Courtney. And I didn't see either of them heading onto the field. As we'll have the Wildcat once again. And snap and running right with it this time is Camden Royal, as he's able to get a couple yards. And it looks like they'll let the time run on out here in the first half at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. The Hawks do got a 21-7 lead here, going into halftime against the visiting Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Jaguars were able to come up big with an interception against backup quarterback Jamarius Courtney to come on in and get a touchdown at the end of the second quarter to get some points up on the board. But so far here in this one, it's pretty much been all Hawks until then. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Call your name, please proceed to hand off a flower to your guests. We ask everyone to please hold your applause until we get through the whole list of seniors. Our first senior cheer team member tonight is Sulia Lee. Sulia is here tonight with PMA. Her favorite memory is stunting at practice and cheering at games. Her plans include studying architecture after she graduates from Cooper. Jalea Montgomery. Jalea is here tonight with Chevelle Montgomery. Her favorite Cooper memory is cheering at the away games. After Cooper, she plans on attending a four-year college. Layla Payne is our next senior. Layla is here tonight with Dedrick Payne, Latoya Payne, Khadijah Ramadan. Her favorite memory is cheer team bonding events. Layla's future plans include opening a hair salon. Nakenya Stewart. Nakenya is here with Carlette Stewart. Her favorite cheer memory is practicing for the homecoming dance at Pep Fest. She plans on continuing her education at a historically black college or university. And our final senior tonight, Massa Sadua. Massa is here tonight with Moses Sadua and Fanfi Sadua. Her favorite Cooper cheer memory is all of the Pep Fests. Massa plans on attending a college in Houston after high school. Congratulations to all of our Cooper Hawk cheerleading seniors.
stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
And welcome back to Robbinsdale Cooper High School, home of the Hawks, with the visiting Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, as they're just about a minute away from kickoff for the second half. And just a summary to sum up this game here. In the first half, the Hawks took a 21-0 lead over the Jaguars, where Joseph Russell at quarterback was moving the ball downfield, and thanks to Camden Royal with about a 40-yard touchdown run to start off the game. And then we had another touchdown pass, which was caught there by number 3, Dante Williams, who also plays linebacker. And the reason I'm bringing this up is pass by Carter Hansen was picked off by Dante Williams at the 22-yard line, and he brought it end zone to end zone for another score to put that at 21-0. Then the Hawks were moving the ball downfield, and backup quarterback Jamarius Courtney came into the game, and his first pass attempt of the game was an interception, was brought all the way down before being tackled by the quarterback Courtney at the 4-yard line. And the Jaguars tried to punch the ball in 1, 2, 3 times, brought them to a 4th down right before halftime, and a pass by Hansen was caught in the end zone by number 2, Sam Wanzik, to make this a 7-21 game. And the Jaguars are coming back on out to the field to kick back off to the Hawks here. And the Jaguars are going to need another quick 3-and-out or turnover of some sort to get back into this game. They are only down 2 scores. Nothing too much that they can't come back from, but they definitely are needing the help, and they've been catching that momentum on the Hawks. As the Hawks had their first turnover, as the football falls over, it'll be reset up, and taking the step back for the Jaguars is the kicker, and that's Leif Kaiser. And boom, kickoff left side, and that one will go out of bounds. Flag is thrown in the air as they're trying to keep it away from the return man for the Hawks. And that's Khalil Broden. And they just don't want him to be doing anything too crazy out there. And the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line, where the Hawks will head back onto the field. And backup quarterback Jamarius Courtney is on as well. And I'm not sure, haven't heard much of what's happened to Joseph Russell and why he's sitting out, or if he got injured or some sort. But it will be Jamarius Courtney on this drive. And snap as he hands it out to his running back left side, finding its way upfield. One man to miss, and he gets tackled by the behind, and that was Camden Royal for another big carry. And it will be a first down on a 10-yard carry. And the Hawks have been keeping the same momentum pretty much the whole game. They've had a couple of big plays, and they've had a couple of bigger plays, as they've been doing well. It will be a little bit different seeing Jamarius Courtney back there on his one pass attempt. It was picked off as he fumbles this snap and tries to run with it. He's still able to get a couple yards as he gets 4 yards on that missed snap, as he must have not been ready for it as it falls to the ground, and that will bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line for the Hawks. And it's interesting because Jamarius Courtney has not had a snap at quarterback yet this season on the stat sheet, according to Minnesota Football Hub. And he only has one pass on the season so far, and that was an interception, as he's got 2 wide receivers top of the screen. Another drop snap as he's trying to run with it out right side. Gets past a guy, and he'll lose about 6 yards, and it will bring up a 3rd and long situation back at the 44-yard line. And they're going to spot him at the 42. And we'll see if Jamarius Courtney will take this one in the air or if he'll hand it off to his star running back Camden Royal, or if he'll keep it himself. As he breaks out from the sidelines, got the play from the coaches, comes into the huddle. And we'll see what formation they bring up here. And it looks like they got trips left and they got Island on the right with the running back to his right hip. Courtney takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, and he's only able to get about 3-4 yards right past the original line of scrimmage, and it will be a 4th and 9. And it looks like the punt unit is coming out onto the field, and that's good news for the Jaguars, as they're going to have their offense coming back onto the field after this play, hoping for a big return here, or even a blocked punt. And back to return the snap is Seth Karkow. And the punt is underway. Hanging high in the air, fair catch called for. Catches it at the 24-yard line, and that's where it will be placed before Carter Hansen and company trots back onto the field. And this is a big drive here for the Jaguars, down 2 scores, as you've got all-star running back Roosevelt Cage back there, as well as Carter Hansen, who's got the touchdown on the day. Back in shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off to nobody else but Cage as he gets swallowed up there by the defense for the Hawks, and it will bring up a 2nd and 10. And in on a tackle there was Dante Porter. The outside linebacker was able to find his way in there and find the running back Cage and bring him down and force a 2nd and 9. Carter Hansen, 2 wide receivers each side, hands it off to Cage, trying to find the outside as he's able to get to about the 31-yard line, possibly 32, and it will be a 3rd and 1 situation here. And this is where the Jaguars need to just keep on pushing, keep moving those sticks downfield, come back and make this a game here at Robbinsdale Cooper. In search of their 2nd win on the season. Hansen goes under center, takes a snap, hands it off right up the middle, and Cage has a 1st down and more as he's tackled at the 41-yard line. And that will move the chains down the field. And this is just a different Jaguars team that we've seen since the 1st quarter. The offense out there, Hansen's able to get some good reads, have some good passes. Hasn't been too many drops here. And Roosevelt Cage has been just doing what he does all season long. Just grabs that ball, looks upfield, and is able to find that green spot. And there's going to be a pass, and that will be caught. And that will be a gain of 9 there. And that's Isaac Fatigue. Out of the slot, he's able to run a quick little curl route, catch that, and get up a couple of yards, and he'll bring up a 2nd and short. As we got 2 receivers top of your screen, 1 near side, and running back Cage to the right hip of Hansen, sending a tight end in motion, hands it off, passes it to Cage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down. As they're in to Hawks territory at the 45-yard line. And the Hawks defense, they just continue playing 8 in the box. trying to force Hanson to pass, but first of all, they're going to have to stop Cage on the rush if they want to make Hanson go in the air. Hanson in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks right, passes right, has his receiver far side, and that will be once again another drop, and dropping that one is Sam Wanzik. Same receiver caught that touchdown to put the first points up on the board for the Jaguars. And we got 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. And the Jags got a second and long in hope of gaining a couple of yards here before forcing a third and long. Tight end in motion. Gets the snap, hands it out to his running back, and he's tackled there by the linebacker. He's able to pick up at least half his yardage, and a flag is coming on into play. And it looks like the flag was on head-on-head collision, but we'll see what they call. And they're going to call that the tackle as he led his head into the running back, and that will tack on an extra 15 yards. And the Jaguars will be glad to take that as they keep on moving. And the ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. Just outside the red zone here for the Jaguars. And the Hawks have good reason to get a little nervous here as they got their backup quarterback in. Doesn't mean they have no faith in the guy, but he just hasn't been able to move the ball downfield like the starter has. Pump fake and pass right side off the fingertips of the wide receiver out wide. And that was Sam Wanzak who wasn't able to come in with it. And there was a flag on the play in the area of pass interference. And let's see what the refs call it here. And it looks like they're just going to call holding on the defense. And that'll just be a 5-yard penalty, but 5 yards is 5 yards. And on into the red zone is Bloomington Jefferson. As Carter Hansen has been throwing it more times on this drive than he's thrown it in the first half of this game. And that just shows he's feeling a little bit more comfortable back there. And he just wants those runs to Cage to just mean so much more. And the snap is up. Looks to pass, looks left side. Has a receiver in and out of the hands. Once again, and that's Austin Krupp. And wide receivers here for the Jaguars have quite a few drops here on this evening. And that's something they just got to be ready for. Know your quarterback's coming out looking to pass. And part of that's the reason why Cage has been getting so many carries and he's been able to do his job. But the wide receivers got to step up a little bit and catch the ball and move the ball upfield. And we got a run right side. And a good tackle there. Yeah, that's going to be Raymond Arrington, defensive back, coming in there to stop Cage, as he was able to just gain one on the carry, bringing up a 3rd and 9 situation, 3rd and long, inside the red zone. And Hawks would come up with a huge stop here if they're able to stop the Jaguars and Carter Hansen on this and force a long 4th down. Now we got trips left, running back to the left hip of Hansen. As he takes the snap, looks to pass, looks left, passes left, has a receiver, caught, touchdown! And the Jaguars are back up on the board once again for the first time in the second half, as they got a big score there, and that's all thanks to Carter Hansen and wide receiver Sam Wanzak, who had a couple drops there, but was able to find his way into the end zone as we got a 13-21 score. Snap on the point after, hits off the crossbar, and it won't be good. As we got the score of 21-13 here in the third quarter. We will be right back on PrepSpotlight.tv. You do not want to miss anything on this beautiful Friday evening. And welcome back here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. Lining up to kick it here is Nick Capricious for the Jaguars. And the kick, boom! As that's off left side, catches it, trying to go middle of the field, has a couple blockers in front of him, using his speed, and he's tackled at the 44-yard line, and what a carry there by the Hawks. And part of that's the reason why the Jaguars have been kicking it to the sideline so often here when they've had those kickoffs. And that was just a great return there by number 24, Khalil Broden. And he's had a couple of those here so far tonight. As hustling back onto the field is Jamarius Courtney. And search for a good drive here for the Hawks to try to make this a two-possession game. Hands the ball off to his running back. And that one, Camden Royal, is tackled after a gain of 2. And if I'm the Jaguars defense here, I'm putting 8 guys in the box, and I'm knowing that they're going to run the ball majority of the time. You want to make Jamarius Courtney throw, as he already has a pick on the game and very few attempts. And you're down by 8. So let's see what Courtney does here as he's got trio left. Hands that one off to Royal. And a great gang tackle there by the Jaguars, able to pick up that. And Terrence Matthews hustles onto the field. Backup running back. And we do got a man down. It looks like starting running back Camden Royal, who is down for a second as he starts to limp off the field. And he hustles off. Hopefully he will be all right. And it seems to be that Jamarius Courtney will be the quarterback for the remainder of this one, as starting quarterback Joseph Russell does not have his pads on anymore on the bench. Courtney takes a snap, looks deep, has a receiver inside, and a little bit short. Kind of caught the air there. Looking for wide receiver David Connors, as he wasn't able to get there on 3rd and 6. Bringing up 4th and 6 from the 46-yard line, and it looks like the punt unit for the Hawks are onto the field once again here this evening in this third quarter. We do got 4:30 remaining here in the third quarter, as the Jaguars are looking to get a good return here, and we'll see what happens. Snap, and the punt is very low, but it does get a Hawks roll as it stops at the 24-yard line. And that's where Carter Hansen and the Jaguars will come back on, as they've been doing so good in this second half. Putting up 1 touchdown here in the second half, 1 touchdown very late in the first half. And they're hoping to come back on and hopefully throw in a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, and tie this one up. And the Hawks are trying to be reliant on their defense here, as they got backup quarterback in, trying to make some plays. They do have 1 interception on the game thus far, and they're hoping for another. And Jaguars, and Hansen has trips right, as he's got his running back behind him, works the toss. Defense comes on up, and Roosevelt Cage was still able to pick up about 5 yards on the toss. And that's just the kind of play that the Jaguars have been playing all night. 90% Cage, 10% Hansen, and they got 13 points here. Still got an 8-point deficit in the third quarter, but trying to work their way back in this one. As tight end goes in motion from left to right, drops back to pass, passes it out to his running back on the dump. and it looks like he loses about one, as the Hawks defense was there and read that one from the get-go. And that's just a great play by Hawks defense. Being able to make that sure tackle when you're on a one-on-one situation against a guy like Roosevelt Cage is something very important and something that the Hawks defense like to see, and they'd like to see that one more time here on 3rd and long. Hansen takes the snap, rolls out right, passes right, has a wide receiver caught, makes a man miss, and diving tackle as he crosses midfield. And with the catch once again is Sam Wanzik as they go into Hawks territory on a 3rd and long situation. And that's exactly the play that they needed. Found his target at wide receiver, and he was able to make a man miss. And into Hawks territory goes the Jags. Snap, hands off to Cage, and he is just swallowed by about 8 guys on the Hawks. Everybody inside the box was able to get through and make that tackle. Yeah, we got 2 wide receivers near side, 1 top of your screen. Running back to the hip of Hansen. As he's calling out a play from the shotgun. Takes a snap. Looks right side once again. And that'll be a pass and catch there by who else but Sam Wanzik. And that's definitely been his favorite wide receiver here thus far tonight. And on the season, Wanzik had 6 receptions, 131 yards, and 1 touchdown. He has 1 touchdown here tonight. Make that 2 on the season. And Hansen does like to spread the ball out to his wide receivers as he takes the snap, looks left, passes up, has a wide receiver. And that will be dropped there by Austin Gorup. And if he caught that one, he was off to the races. As the Hawks defense was playing man D, playing uptight, and they just avoided a disaster there. And they're going to man up once again, keeping 8 guys in the box, trusting their DBs as they give them a little breathing room here on 4th down. Could be one of the biggest plays here so far tonight. 4th and 4 as Hansen takes the snap, rolls out right, passes, finds a receiver on the sideline, and that will be a 1st down Jaguars. And Sam Wanzik with the catch there, once again moving the sticks as we're into the 34-yard line in Hawks territory. We got 1:21 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 13-21. Deficit for the Jags. And a snap and a handoff to Cage. Rolls out left side, makes a man miss before he's tackled as he keeps turning his feet. And he's able to pick up the 1st down once again. And having a guy like Roosevelt Cage who's able to shift from left to right, make a guy miss here and there, that's just an important guy, especially when he can do that when the defense is 99% sure he's going to be the one touching the ball. That's just a great job on the offensive line for the Jags, as well as Cage being able to get there. Run once again to him, and this time he gets swallowed up by the defense. And coming in making a tackle there is Joshua Ganla, coming from the middle linebacker position. And Hawks defense really could use a stop here. 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd. And Hansen got 2 wide receivers top screen, 1 near side. And he's looking top of the screen as a receiver as the ball's tipped up into the air. It will be incomplete. Trying to find Sam Wanzek, as that's incomplete, and we have a 3rd and long situation here. The Hawks defense needs to show up here on this play in hopes of getting a stop and help out their offense and their whole team. It is senior night here at Robbinsdale Cooper, as all of the seniors would love to see a win here. Hansen rolls out left, has a receiver, gets 2 feet in, and is able to get the first down. And that is going to be Isaac Freitag, who was able to get the catch and the first down. But there is a flag on the play. And that will nullify the first down. And that will bring them back 5 more yards. And another 3rd down. Hawks get some life back into them. You got to be thinking pass on this one. Seen 2 pass opportunities the past 2 plays. And we'll see what Hansen has for the Jags. Takes a snap, rolls out left. Pump fakes, passes. And there's going to be a flag, pass interference at the 1-yard line. As the ball was thrown in the area of Sam Wanzek. But there was pass interference, as both players were kind of getting tangled up there looking for the football. And pass interference in high school is 15 yards. It is not an...
Pass interference is called against the Hawks.
And we got a 3rd down once again, as it's not an automatic first down here in high school. And we got a timeout here on the field, and we'll be back in just one moment with Bloomington Jefferson working their way down the field, trying to score and tie this one up here on PrepSpotlight.tv. And it looks like there is no timeout called, as both teams back onto the field here. 3rd and 4. Hansen takes the snap, hands it out to his running back, makes a man miss, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cage! As Cage was able to get into the end zone on a 3rd down and 4 situation, he was able to get 14 and 6 more points on the board for Bloomington, making it a 19-21 game. And they're going to be going for the 2-point attempt after, trying to tie this one up here at Robbinsdale Cooper. And we got 1.5 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the 2-point conversion. Clock will not run, but a very important play for the Hawks to maintain that lead as they're up by 2. Man in motion. Snap, and it will be a pitch out to Cage. Seeing if he gets in, and he'll be tackled short. And that will be a great defensive play there by Raymond Arrington. And we got a 19-21 game. It will be Jags kickoff to the Hawks in just one moment when we come back on PrepSpotlight.tv. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a game here this Friday night. Yeah, Robbinsdale Cooper versus Bloomington Jefferson, 19-21. We got 1 second remaining here in the 3rd quarter. So assuming this kick gets touched by any players on the Hawks Then we will flip fields and it will come onto the fourth quarter. But this second half has been all Jefferson. And the kick underway. Boom! Kicked right up the middle as that one bounces and through the end zone for a touchback. And the Hawks will take the ball at the 20-yard line. And they're in desperate need for some help, trying to work with the clock as well as try to put some more points on the board. Because if you give the ball back to the Jaguars offense, they're on a rally here, and they're trying to come back and win this game. And Jamarius Courtney's really got to keep control of the ball. He's got to make some smart decisions, but he's also got to take some shots when he has them. And it'll be interesting to see what they do on this drive. Courtney takes it, hands it off to his running back left side, tries to work his way up the middle, and gets tackled there. And that's going to be Terrence Matthews on the carry, able to pick up 6 on first down. And we got the Hawks coaches trying to hype up his players on the sidelines, trying to get his players out there. And that's the end of the third quarter here at Robbinsdale Cooper, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter. And welcome back here to the fourth quarter. Courtney takes the snap, hands it off, got some running room, and a first down. There is Terrence Matthews on the carry. And that's going to be the goal of this fourth quarter. It's going to be to work the clock, use your run game, but also take your chances when you have them. And Jamarius Courtney is the guy here. Hawks are hoping he's the guy to pull off this win, as they were up 21-0, and now it's been 19 points unanswered for Jefferson, as another run here is able to get a couple, and a flag again on the play. And Camden Ryle is there with the carry, and we do got a man down for the Jaguars. And we're going to step aside for a moment for this injury, and we'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to Robbinsdale Cooper High School, where that flag on the play to Camden Royal. That was a hit to the head, and Courtney takes the snap, hands it off, trying to break out to the outside, has some room, running left side, staying inbounds, and stepped out of bounds there at the 26-yard line. There is a flag on the play. And it looks like it's coming back. Seems to be a hold on the outside. That was a great run by Camden Royal. Trying to find the edge, he did, but thanks to a little grab. And they're just going to see where the spot of the hold was, see how far back they're going to go. And they're going to say flag is illegal use of hands and unsportsmanlike conduct. So illegal use of the hands on the offense, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. And that will be a first down at the 34-yard line. And Jamarius Courtney has been doing a good job back there, handing off the ball. And I couldn't imagine he's going to do anything else here on the next couple plays. As Camden Royals to his left, takes the snap, drops back to pass, has a receiver left side, up in the air, cut, touchdown, Hawks! And on Jamarius Courtney's second pass of the day, he finds wide receiver David Connors for the touchdown in the back of the end zone as he just worked the double move on the cornerback and found his way And that is huge for Robbinsdale Cooper, as Bloomington Jefferson was coming back with 19 unanswered points. Robbinsdale Cooper is able to put up 6 pending the extra point here in the fourth quarter, as we got 11:09 remaining on the clock here. And that's just a great job. Everybody is thinking that Jamarius Courtney is going to hand off the ball to Camden Royal. And that's what they have been doing all day, plus a couple of penalties on the way. And it looks like they're going for 2, and they are. And taking the snap in, running with it is the Wildcat, trying to get in, and short, not picking up the 2-point conversion there for the Hawks is Jackson Howard on the direct snap, as we got a 27-19 lead for Robbinsdale Cooper, and we'll be back with kickoff in just a moment. And welcome back to Robbinsdale Cooper High School, home of the Hawks, where the Hawks just scored, put up 6, and went for the 2-point conversion. Were unsuccessful on the Wildcat try. As on the kickoff, the football fell on over, and they'll reset up for the kick. As the backs are standing on the 10-yard line. And up to kick for the Hawks. And boom! Towards the left side, bouncing towards out of bounds. And they will get the ball at the 35-yard line, as Jaguars will trot back onto the field. And they've been doing good ever since this second half started. We got 11 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here on the game. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining in this second half. And Bloomington Jefferson, their past couple of drives have eaten about 6-7 minutes off with a lot of run game. And those passes that have been thrown have been kept in play. And we'll see what Carter Hansen can do here on this drive and see if Roosevelt Cage is going to keep getting more looks. And we got backup running back. Cage not in there. It will be handed off up the middle and tackled there for no gain. And that was backup running back Aiden Bertrand. And interesting to see Roosevelt Cage not out on the field right now. Maybe giving them an extra little breather. As we got a 2nd and 10. Hansen snaps, runs left, has his receiver caught, and he'll be tackled just about a yard gain. And that's going to be Isaac Freitag. And he was able to gain about 1 yard, and we got 3rd and long. And the Hawks have a big stop up coming here as their defense is pressing 8 guys in the box. Still no Roosevelt Cage. So this one's going to be going in the air. Cage rolls out right, passes right, has a receiver up, off the foot, and almost caught off the tip there was Austin Korup. And it was incomplete, and the punt unit for the Jags will come on, as that was a quick 3-and-out there for the Jaguars. And back to return for the Hawks is Khalil Broden, and he's been a nightmare all night. He's a guy that likes to run sideline to sideline and up and back. He will do whatever it takes to get that 1 yard, and that's the kind of player that the Hawks like to have back there on these special teams. Snap and the punt is up. No fair catch called off the back there of the Jaguars, and it will be downed at the 35-yard line. And that's where Jamarius Courtney and company will head back onto the field, coming fresh off a deep touchdown pass to David Connors on the last possession. And they still have an 8-point lead. And interesting how they went for 2 instead of kick the extra point to make it a 2-possession game, but wanted to keep it a little bit closer. As Courtney's got trips left. Takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, makes a man miss, makes another guy miss, gains 6 on the carry, maybe 7. And that is star running back Camden Royal. 5 touchdowns on the season. He only averages 70.8 rushing yards per game. And he's got just about that or more here this evening. And he's got 2 wide receivers, top, 2 bottom, and a running back. Hands it out to his running back. And that's going to be a first down there for Royal. And we got a late flag coming into play from the secondary. And we'll see what kind of flag this is. Seemed to be after the play. And we got penalties on both teams, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense and a holding on the offense. And obviously the 15-yarder will be the penalty taken, and the Hawks will get another one. That's the second unsportsmanlike conduct here tonight against the Jaguars. And once again, Courtney's got 2 wide receivers top of your screen, 2 bottom. And his running back to his left hip. As he takes a snap out of shotgun, hands it off, finds a hole before he's picked up. He'll gain about 4 on that carry, bring up 2nd and 6. As we are into Jaguars territory. Jamarius Courtney and his running back crew getting a lot of work in tonight. Is Camden Royal, Terrence Matthews, Dante Williams. All guys getting touches. Khalil Broden takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. Flag comes into play. And it is a holding call going against the Hawks, and that will back them up for a 2nd and 14. 15. He'll be 2nd and long here, and we'll see if the Hawks keep it on the ground here, or if they're going to trust Courtney to go on the air. Trips right, solo left, DBs playing a little bit off. You got 1 safety over the top. And you hand it off the middle. And brought down for about a gain of 1 there is Camden Royal. Jaguar defense was there to tackle him on up, and they're in need of a stop here. As we got about 7.5 minutes remaining here in the final quarter at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, home of the Hawks. Hawks got a 3rd and long, and you got to be thinking airtime here. Jamarius Courtney, as we saw last play, can do it, but you want to read the defense too. You never know, maybe a little screen, little bubble pass depending on the defense. And it looks like we just got 1 free safety over the top, and he'll hand it off, going right side, finding a hole, and picking up the first down And finding the green, there is a flag on the play, and we'll see if this one's coming back. And the Hawks are already walking backwards. It seems like it's coming back. And indeed it is. And now we'll get a 3rd and 12. We'll see if Camden Royal can do that again. And Courtney in shotgun as he hands it off once again, making a man miss, running left side, picking up the first down, finding Green. 3 guys chasing him down, and he goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. 14-yard line, but what a carry there by Camden Royal as the defense for the Jaguars fell apart once again there. And the Hawks are into the red zone as they're lined up at the 14-yard line. And this is huge for the Hawks as the clock keeps on ticking. And it's at 6:15. And this is huge for the Hawks to go up by 2 possessions, especially against the Jaguars who like to keep the ball on the ground. And we got to run up the middle. As that's Terrence Matthews on the carry. As Camden Royal was getting his heavy dosage earlier, they're going to take him out for a couple plays as Terrence Matthews averages 5.6 yards per carry. So nothing too terrible as he's able to make it a 2nd and 6 scenario for the Hawks. Courtney takes a snap, bobbles it, tries to pick it up, and is tackled right there. And Jamarius Courtney has bobbled the football 3 times off the snap, and not once has he dove on it to save it. But he's always trying to make that extra yard, and he's been fortunate to keep all 3 of those missnapped. And we got a third and 8. And we'll see what the Hawks have written up here. And we got a false start on the play by Robbinsdale Cooper, and that will back them up a little bit more. And we'll have a 3rd and 13 coming up. And the Hawks sometimes do like to keep it on the ground here, try to pick up some yardage. And we'll see what Jamarius Courtney has in his back pocket here. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, has a receiver up in the air, and off his hands as he was hit by the defense. And we're going to get defensive pass interference in the end zone. And once again, this is high school football. It will not be spot of the foul. It will be half the distance to the goal and remains 3rd down. So they'll have another chance here, bringing them back. And there's still some room to get a first down here. If they get inside the 3-yard line, they'll have a first down. So they got about 3 yards to go. And you got to be assuming this one's going to Camden Royal. 2 running backs in the backfield. Takes it, hands it off, up the middle, makes a man miss, tries to bounce it outside to the left side. And he's able to get a first down going out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Chains will move, and it will be 1st and goal from the 2. As Royal went out of bounds, it will stop the clock. And we got 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. And this is the biggest defensive possession here for Bloomington Jefferson, as they're in huge need for a stop, a turnover, or anything in that sort. And we got 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, takes a snap, run up the middle, and a good tackle for loss there. And that's exactly what the Jaguars needed, as we had Aiden Bertrand on defense there making that tackle for loss, bringing it to be 2nd and long. We got 8 yards to go till we reach the paint. And we'll see if the heavy run Hawks are going to keep it on the ground or trust their backup quarterback, Jamarius Courtney, to throw the ball here on 2nd down. Now we got 2 wide receivers top of your screen, 2 near side, 1 running back in there. And it's going to be a run, handoff up the middle, and he's able to get those yards back as he's tackled at the 2-yard line. And that's Terrence Matthews on the carry. And 3rd down, you got to imagine if they don't get this, they'd go for a field goal to make it a 2-possession game, but you never know at the end of the day. So we'll wait and see what happens if Bloomington Jefferson's able to get a big stop here on Robbinsdale Cooper. Going out of the ISO. Takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. Terrence Matthews. And we got a signal. Touchdown! Robbinsdale Cooper, as Terrence Matthews finds his way into the end zone and makes this a 33-19 game. And that's just a great job by Jamarius Courtney, being the 2nd-string quarterback coming into this game. Although he did hand off the ball quite a bit, he did pass for 1 touchdown, and that was the big one on this game, as the Hawks defense came out to play as well. Jaguars are coming back in the 2nd half. They were looking good, and then the Hawks were able to kind of gain that momentum back here in the 4th. As the 2-point conversion is on, and a pass attempt is going up, in, and out of the hands of the receiver, and that is no good. Intended for Dante Williams, who already has 2 touchdowns on the day. And we'll be back in the 4th quarter with a 33-19 Robbinsdale Cooper lead over Bloomington Jefferson. We'll be back in a moment on PrepSpotlight.tv. And welcome back here to the 4th quarter at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. And the Hawks are set to kick. Boom! Squib kick up the middle. And it'll be caught there by the upback as he has some green before he gets taken down there by a swarm of blue jerseys. We do only got 2:27 remaining on the clock, and the Jaguars are going to need to score quick and score twice. And that's something that they're very capable of doing, as you got quarterback Carter Hansen, who's been throwing great, and running back Roosevelt Cage, whom we didn't see on the last drive. And we'll see what Bloomington Jefferson's got under their belt here on this drive. See if they go deep here quick and early, or if they keep it conservative. And Hansen drops back to pass, looks deep, has a receiver at midfield, trying to get out of bounds, and does. Is receiver Seth Cockrell. And that's just a good play. And we got 2:19 on the clock. Clock stoppage after that last play. Runs out left, hands it off to Cage as he has some green in front of him. Is tackled at the 30-yard line. And still with all 3 timeouts left to have is the Jaguars, but they're going to want to save them for defense, trying to hustle up to the ball. And Hansen takes a snap, looks right, passes right, has his receiver, passes low, and that's incomplete. Now we got a 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Jags are down 2 possessions here. Down 14, it's doable, but they're going to have to score quick as we're at 2 minutes remaining. And the snap, back to pass right, has his receiver, tries to run back, has a block in front of him and is tackled for a 6-yard gain. It will bring up 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout called by the Jaguars, and we'll be back here at Robbinsdale Cooper with Bloomington Jefferson trotting down the field. And welcome back here where Bloomington Jefferson is trotting their way down the field as they're at the 24-yard line. It is a 3rd down and 4. Yes, quarterback Carter Hansen is in shotgun, sends a man in motion. And we got a flag on the play. It's going to be too many men on the field for the defense, and that's not what you want to have happen as you got a 3rd down coming up. And that's giving the Jaguars the 1st down. And the Hawks can't be too happy about that one coming out of a long timeout break. Coming in, passes up, and almost intercepted, but through the hands as the Hawks had a man rushing off the edge, getting to the quarterback. And for the Hawks there, hustling around was Elvin North coming around the edge. And lucky to get that one off there is Carter Hansen. And lucky it didn't get intercepted as well. 1:45 remaining here on the clock. 4th quarter. Down 2 scores are the Jaguars. And we got 2 wide receivers, top and bottom, sending one in motion, rolling out left, hands it out right. Got one man to meet. And he gets tackled inbounds. And there's going to be a timeout called on the field. And the ref's going to take back that, say no timeout called, 1:37 and counting. 1st down, 1st and goal from the 9. Snap is up, pass is over, finds his wide receiver. Touchdown, Jaguars! And coming up with that one is Sam Wanzek, as that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. And Bloomington Jefferson is down 25-33. Down 8 pending the point after attempt. Snap is good. Kick is good. End over end. And we got a 26-33 game. And we got 1:27 remaining, and you can be expecting an onside kick when we come back here on PrepSpotlight.tv. And welcome back here to Robbinsdale Cooper High School, where the Hawks are lined up for an onside kick. And so are the Jags, and the kick as it goes off some players on the ground. Let's see who has the pile. And the referee signals Bloomington Jefferson football. And that is not what you wanted to happen if you're the Hawks there. Off one of your guys, hard kicked ball, bounces off towards Bloomington Jefferson, and the Jaguars jump on it. And that's exactly what they had drawn up in the playbook. With 1:24 remaining, the Jaguars got 2 timeouts remaining, and the Hawks have 3. And this game, which looked like a blowout at the beginning, 21-0, Jaguars came back to score 19 unanswered, and now they're down just 7 with quarterback Carter Hansen back on the field, who just led a great drive down. Rolls out left, looks to pass. Has a wide receiver on the sidelines. And that pass looked to be incomplete, and he'll bring up 2nd and 10. And we'll see if Roosevelt Cage is used here. As the defense has an extra DB in on the field. Quarterback drops back to pass, has a receiver caught. He will be short. He'll bring up a 3rd down and short, hustling up to the ball. Clock ticking. And a timeout taken, 2nd timeout taken, 1 remaining for the Jaguars. And we'll be back. You do not want to miss anything on PrepSpotlight.tv. We'll be back in a moment. And welcome back where Bloomington Jefferson has the ball. Just got an onside kick. And is working their way downfield. They do got a 3rd and short. Biggest defensive plays here coming up for the Hawks. As well, for the Jaguars on offense, as they're going to need to score with 1:11 remaining here in the second half at Robbinsdale Cooper. Snap up, hands it off to Roosevelt. Tries to get the 1st down. And it seems like this will be close. Let's see if the refs will give it, or if they're going to use a measurement here. And they're going to bring out the chain gang. As there's a little confusion here. Seems to be a referee timeout on the field. Haven't brought out the chain gang quite yet. And now the chain gang is coming on out. And if this is not good, then it seems to be they still can't tell having the chain out there. As they're calling it short by about 1 hair length. It took them about 30 seconds to tell if the ball was short or if it was good. And the clock is running. 1:05 and counting. And quarterback sneak is going to be good, and that'll stop the clock for a moment until the ball is placed. And the snap, looking left side, passing left side. And that's going to be incompleted. Almost could have been a nightmare there for the Jaguars as they're trying to work against the clock, try to make these passes, and they weren't able to do it. 52 seconds remaining on the clock. 52 seconds is still a good amount of time to only go 32 yards. So you just got to know not to stress too much. Just get your plays. Don't force anything. And it's all in the hands of Hansen as he looks left, back to pass. And he will be taken down for a sack by the Hawks. And coming in there big for the Hawks is going to be number 52, Joshua Ganla. And we're going to get a timeout on the field as we're going to have a 3rd and long situation. And we'll be back here with a 3rd and long at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. And welcome back here to Robbinsdale Cooper High School, home of the Hawks. And Bloomington Jefferson has a 3rd and 15 situation. 44 seconds remaining on the clock. Do or die moment as Jefferson is down by 7, trailing to the home Hawks. And let's see what Hansen has. He takes it out, looks left, has a receiver, tackled in bounds, and it's going to be incomplete. Bringing up 4th and 15 here for Carter Hansen. Do or die moment as he has one of the biggest plays here yet of the season. 38.7 seconds remaining. And 0 timeouts, so they're going to have to hustle quick. Takes the snap, rolls out left, tries to pass right, has a receiver up, and it's going to fall incomplete. And the Hawks are going to come away with the win here on this senior night at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. And what a comeback there by the Jaguars. Trying to come back, trying to make something happen. And came back, scored 19 unanswered points just to be sat back down by the Hawks, and unfortunate on that 4th and 15. And the Hawks will come out and assumingly need the ball down with backup quarterback Jamarius Courtney and or run the ball. And he'll take the knee out of shotgun. And 27 seconds will tick all the way down. As that will finish out the game here. As we got a final score at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. Hawks 33. The Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars 26 as they came back in a huge fight here tonight. And Jamarius Courtney did a great job coming in as backup quarterback. Threw a touchdown pass. He did throw an interception, but he came up big as both running backs from both teams did tremendous job. And the Hawks were able to pull away and steal this win as they come to 3-2 on the season, and the Jaguars fall to 1-4. The Hawks coming up on their season, they will be playing against Benilde St. Margaret's on Wednesday, November 11th. As for the visiting Jaguars, we'll be playing Chaska on November 11th, and that's going to be the final game of the season. And thank you all for tuning in on this beautiful Friday night here at Robbinsdale Cooper High School. It's been great having you. My name is Levi Kendall, and thanks for tuning in to PrepSpotlight.tv, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This PrepSpotlight.tv broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is a hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. Wings Financial. We're for people like you. McDonald's Archways to Opportunity. Further your education and achieve your dreams. By purchasing these game streams, you too are making live coverage of high school sports possible. All profits are shared with the home teams that are part of PrepSpotlight.tv's growing network.